As much as I like my Kyosho Blizard, I hate controlling it with a stick radio. Now here's a trick. I'm going to put this RC6GS version 2 on to the Blizard. And this is very simple, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Here are all the receivers that are compatible with these models, the T8, RC6, and RC4. All these receivers are actually compatible with it, so you have a lot of different choices that you can actually use.
For a receiver, I'm going to use this one. This is the one I have on hand. Time to take the body pins off. Not a lot of thing in there. So first thing first, we do have to take off the cover off where all the electronics is actually stored. Once you remove the screws, here's what you need to get out. So we're going to take out the receiver out of there, and we're going to leave the two ESCs in there. Just as a note, what you should do is before unplugging anything, look at where the wires are going. They actually have channel 1 on this. They have channel 1 going to the receiver for the blade, and the channel 2 and 3, they're going to the ESCs, the two ESCs. We're going to be using different channels on mine. These two receivers are pretty close to the same size, except these comes off to the side, these comes out to the top. I do have a lot of room in there, so it should be no problem using this. There we go, I got the wires connected. First ESC is on channel 1, second ESC is on channel 2, and I got the blade on channel 3. Okay, by default, not changing anything in the radio, when I go forward, the blade goes back and this goes, so this is the trigger. And now when I hit this, it goes one way or it goes the other way. So this is where in the programming we have to change this. Okay, one of the reasons that I put the blade on channel 3 is that I know that by default this is actually set on channel 3. So now I can adjust just by turning this wheel up and down. I can adjust the blade and it will stay wherever I put it. So this is a awesome feature for anybody that has a Kyosho. Okay, to configure the radio, you have to go into the menu. To go into the menu, you hit enter and exit at the same time. It goes to the menu, and then you go down to 15, and you're going to have your mix 1 and mix 2. You got to go in your mix 1, turn it on. These should by default be at plus 100. Leave them there. Now here you have to put it at throttle and steering. I've seen some other people put steering and throttle. You're going to have to do it, and if it's backward from your steering to your throttle, just go put the other one. But on program 1, your throttle should be the first one. Okay, now you go to your 2. Now here you got to turn it on, minus 100. So you're going to have to hit the button and actually bring it all the way up to minus 100. This one also. This one you actually put it to steering and throttle. Once you've done that, so that one is steering to throttle, and that one is throttle to steering. So you do have to mix the two, steering and throttle, for your slave and master. Once you've done that, you can actually just hit the trigger, and both track goes forward. And when you actually turn the steering, it actually goes the reverse on one side and on the other. So you actually see here, go down to the menu. If I turn the steering, you see how it's actually reacting. Let me turn off the Kyosho. Now when I turn the steering, you see actually how it's actually acting and sending it off. And if I hit the throttle, you get both of them. That actually goes forward and backward when you're hitting the throttle. Just out of the box, the only thing you have to do is that. But keep in mind, you do have to have the proper firmware. Version 6.12 firmware on this. There we go, I got it on the ground now, and I can actually show you. Everything turns, everything's fine. cool. There we go. I got everything nicely tucked in there. Now it's time to put the cover back on.
There we go. Radio is all set up. Let's have some fun.
This is how it turns. That's just awesome. Way easier to control. And like I mentioned, I can actually control my blade very easily on exactly how high I want to put it. Like that. I can clean the driveway. Oh, fell in the hole. Oops. Fail. The knob really works good on this. Really like it. You can put the blade way up there like that, it doesn't bother you, and you can play. Well, I hope this was helpful to you, and if you have any question, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer your question. The more I use this RC6 radio, the more I like it, because the more I find different things to do with it. Guys, charge up those batteries, go out there and have some fun, and break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun. Talk to you guys later.